I have the big panties, but then I have a drawer with little tight, hateful panties in them. And I wear those when, you know, some bills need to get paid. You know what I'm saying? That's God's way. All right, so me and my high school boyfriend would get out in his 79 Monte Carlo that was as long as this stage. And we would make out, and then I would go home to my precious mama, Lucille, and say, Mama, I must have burned my neck on a curling iron. And she knew that was crazy, but anyway, if I said to my husband, Chuck, suck my neck. Suck my neck, Chuck. As hard as you can. Until you put a bruise on me. If I said that to him, I think he would have a heart attack. But he'd do it. He'd do it. Church of God, Becky and I joined the CrossFit in Knoxville. The CrossFit was run at the time by these little children. They were in their early 20s, and they were beautiful. And they looked like movie stars, and their little fannies looked like baseballs. And I wanted my fanny to look like a baseball. So I made Church of God Becky join, and she'll do whatever I say. So anyway, and I call her Church of God Becky because she was raised Church of God, so sweet, sheltered. Like I have to explain things to her. Things like Cameltoes. We first get to the CrossFit. And if y'all don't know what CrossFit is, it's military moves like push-ups, pull-ups, burpees. I hate a burpee. Okay, all these things, they would put like a tractor tire in the parking lot, and they'd set little Becky in it, and I would pull Becky across the parking lot, and she was holding her purse. He really does not believe in fancy cars. He doesn't think anybody needs a nice car. My children drive old, beat-up cars, and what he does for me, he'll buy me a car about a year old, pay cash for it, and then make me drive it the rest of my life. I finally had to put my foot down because I was driving a 2009 white Honda Pilot, and they're wonderful cars, but if you don't know what that model looks like, it looks like I was delivering Lay's potato chips. I never felt pretty in it. It had over 239,000 miles on it when lights started flashing in it saying, "Get out, Leanne, get out." She enjoys office work. And for Santa Claus this past Christmas, she wanted a filing cabinet. And that's what she wanted. And she likes, you know, big tape dispensers and all that kind of stuff. And in our house, she has offices set up all over our house. And she's always talked to herself. And we like to sneak and watch her because she'll be doing office work. And she has her little Barbie phone and cell phones and old cordless phones, and she'll be calling people up and chewing them out over the phone. She says, well, if you can't get this order in, I'm taking my business elsewhere. She says she wants to work for GEICO when she gets older. For her 8th birthday, you know how mamas will call you and say, what's she into? What can I get her? And I said, well, she needs office supplies. My husband does not talk. He is very introverted, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know, he's still working a big job. He's got to talk all day on the phone and in meetings, and so he uses all of his words up during the day. And then he comes home, and we're empty nesters, so he just stares into space, and I'm by myself, and I need people, and so I just stand in the kitchen and talk to myself. I did not know how truly blank he was until all these children grew up and walked off and left me with him. So you girls that have got young boys, I'm sorry to tell you, but you have to hand him over to another woman. And my boy said to me, Mom, She is my best friend. She's going to be my wife. I'm supposed to cling to her. That's biblical. And I thought, why did I show him the Bible?
Do you want to tell or should I tell how we met?
You tell it, because I like to hear it from and see your teeth while you're telling it.
From the, what's the name of that club?
Side Splitters.
Side Splitters in Knoxville, Tennessee.
First time he ever booked me, he did a door deal. I sold out, which I only did in Knoxville, couldn't get arrested anywhere else.
Yeah.
And he said to my manager, all those Christian people came in and drank all the Diet Coke, and I'll never have her back. That's what he said.
Yeah, that's not good. You were doing a meet and greet, and I came out there, and I go, well, I guess I'll meet everybody. And you said, I see a lot of people open for me, and I wish I could tell a lot of people to quit. You should keep doing it.
And I meant it.
Yeah, you said, I think a lot of people that are opening should quit, and I think you should keep doing it. Yeah.
And I know, and I've never wanted to squash anybody's dreams, but there's a lot of people that should quit. Their toes are getting cut off because they don't have health insurance. They've got diabetes, and they're like, this is my dream. And I'm like, maybe you need to. Look at all these precious couples here tonight, and these men that are darling with button-downs on that have come to see me. Thank y'all. Y'all are hooty-doo, though, people, right? Y'all are.
I can't even think about going on one of these trips until I can get through Christmas. And I don't mean to sound like everything falls on me, but everything falls on me. I love my family, but they don't do anything to help me. I do all the decorating, the cooking, the cleaning, the wrapping, the shopping, all that. Last year, on December the 24th, my husband said to me, can I help you do anything? And I said, I'm going to beat you to death. And I can't think about this trip because I got to get ready for Christmas. And I get so torn up that I want to take to the bed. I want to take to the bed. But I can't take to the bed because if I take to the bed, nobody's going to have Christmas.
There was a girl on my team. She was an unbelievable athlete, and she had 2 babies while we were in high school. And she played. They let her play. She'd be big pregnant, going down the floor.
In what?
Basketball. They wouldn't let her
Really?
play softball in the late term because they didn't want a ball to hit her.
Yeah.
She
Can't
played
play softball.
volleyball. She'd come and just slam it down. Pregnant, big pregnant. And I remember us playing private schools and them in Nashville. Like,
oh, no, private
Harpeth
schools.
Hall and them going, what the? And I'd be
Yeah.
like, what are they? She's always pregnant.
Yeah.
What are they talking
She
about?
does this. Why are you surprised by
This
this?
isn't even her first go. This is.
He watches Viking shows, and then there's Game of Thrones and all that. I cannot watch it. All that. I hate it. I can hear all that while I'm brushing my teeth. It's gross. It's porn. It's porn. He watches Viking shows, and then there's Game of Thrones and all that. I cannot watch it. All that. I hate it. I can hear all that while I'm brushing my teeth. It's gross. It's porn. It's porn. So at the end of the routine, after the 2.5 minutes, the finale, everybody hunkers down on the stage, puts their forehead on the stage, and my baby is the finale. She pops up and has a little child's foot in her hand and holds that child's foot. I would put it all the way up, but my dress is tight in the back. But anyway, she holds this little child up over her head. Are y'all listening to me? I mean, it was a big deal. Could you hold her up over your head or vice versa? I mean, you know, it's a big deal. I got hired to do a fundraiser right outside of Detroit, and it was darling, and it was a bunch of nuns. It was nuns and fun people, and there was a raffle and a lot of drinking. But I had been at home, and Chuck Morgan and I both got sick with some horrible cough, and I had gotten codeine cough syrup, which is a controlled substance, and they don't let you have much of it. And I was coughing my head off, and I thought, oh no, I'm not gonna get to do that show in Detroit. And but I thought, I've got my codeine, I'll be all right. I can dope myself up, and I can do it. Chuck Morgan drank all of my codeine cough syrup, And I said, I've got to go do a show in Detroit. And I didn't have anything, so I rubbed vapor rub on the bottom of my feet. And I was young enough to still wear heels. And I remember those nuns and everybody was having a big time and they were raffling off purses and I was sliding around in my heels and vapor rub. There was another time that we went to Alaska and my husband signed us up for the largest zip line in North America. And we got on a Rickledy school bus with a high school boy driving that was high on marijuana. And he drove us up to the top of that mountain, and we all got out, and he said, okay, listen, there's a couple of grizzlies that live up here. If they pop up out of that rock, just run.